It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the happy entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the number one business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And our mission is to inspire. Our mission is to empower. And our mission really to provide you, that's right, you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute that big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I'm really excited because today or this morning, whatever time you're watching, we have the one and only Nikia. Did I get it? Is that right? Nikia or Nikia?
Yes, it's Nikia Pratt, Shay, but you can call me Nikki.
Oh, I can call you Nikki. Okay, Nikki. I'm supposed to be saying Nikia. She said we can all call her Nikki. By the way, she's here. Someone I've had a chance to admire and follow for a number of years, and today she's here. Now, with the bio, you're gonna see that. That's right below. Some of you already Googling her because y'all looking up Nikia C. Pratt. Although today she said we can call her Nikki. By the way, we can call her Nikki. And so she works with mompreneurs, amongst other things that she does. But mompreneurs is one of her passion. So I'm gonna ask her just to jump into it, and I'm gonna ask a question. It's a loaded question probably, but I think it's important, which is mompreneurs. With all the information that's out here today, why do mompreneurs still struggle, or what are some of the challenges they have with building a profitable business and serving the people they want to serve? So that's the question, Nikki. What's some of the challenges that are facing these women every single day?
Listen, being a mompreneur myself, I get it. I understand it. I am an author, an assistant deputy director for the largest child welfare jurisdiction in the state of Maryland. I'm a licensed clinical social worker. I'm a mom of 5. I have a blended family, 2 bonus sons, 3 biological children. I'm a wife the second time around, and yes, second time was a charm for me. And last but not least, I am the CEO and founder of To Know Thyself LLC, where I moach professional entrepreneurial moms on how to create a harmonious balance between work life, family life, and mindfulness. And the one thing that I see throughout all mompreneurs, and I experienced it myself, is losing ourselves, losing sight of who we are, losing sight of our purpose in life. When we lose that, things become chaotic. That's when anxiety, depression creeps in. That's when all these things, because we have these expectations and we're trying to meet deadlines and we want our businesses to thrive. We want our children to thrive. In the process, we sometimes forget ourselves, and nothing can thrive if we aren't good. We are our own MVPs. And sometimes we forget that.
You know, as you were speaking, there was 2 things that came to mind. One is you used the word mindfulness, and mindfulness means different things to different people. So I'm going to ask you if you'll slow down for a moment, and then we'll speed back up and kind of give us your definition of mindfulness. That's number 1. We'd like to know that. And 2, how is that applicable for women or mompreneurs these days? And even if you're not a mompreneur, if you're listening, tune in, kind of listen what this whole mindfulness thing is about and why she used that word, and how, even if you're not a mompreneur, how you might be able to use this in your own life.
Mindfulness it goes along the lines of self-care, but it goes a little deeper. A lot of times people use self-care and say, I got my hair done, I got my nails done. That's surface. We need that, but that's surface. Mindfulness is being mindful of every step of your journey, being present in every single moment. When you're present, you're aware. So when you're present and your body is tired, you need to listen to it. That's called being mindful. Wait a minute, I recognize my body is tired. Let me sit down for a minute. Let me listen to my body. Mindfulness is being present, being aware in the moment. Guess what? So you can show up as the best version of you. Being mindful. A lot of times we get aches and pains, and as moms, because we're so busy taking care of our businesses, taking care of our children, our spouses, and because we are natural nurturers, right? We naturally nurture everyone around us. And so being mindful is saying, hey, I need to take this time for me. I need to pay attention to me. I have this little ache I've been having, on my side for some time. Let me go to the doctors. Let me fix this. Let me see what's going on. Because guess what? All those things that I mentioned, the business, the children, the husbands, the wives, nothing is going to be right unless the mom is right. You know why? She's the central hub. She's the nucleus of the family. And so when I moach, and I've been saying moach, and I'm surprised, Shay, you didn't ask me, Nikia, what is moach?
Well,
So
okay, then tell us what is moach. I mean, mindfulness caught my attention right away, but what in the LL Cool J is moach?
moach is a mom coach, right? So all mothers are great. All mothers, man, we are superheroes, okay? And so when I
Mhm.
think of the greats, and I think of people like Muhammad Ali, he didn't become the great overnight. He had coaches to get him to that point. When we think about Super Bowl champions, they didn't show up on the field one day and say, hey, we're ready to win this championship. They had several coaches to get them to that place. And that's what I do. I'm a coach. I get moms to a place to recognize their worth, align with their purpose. And baby, once they align with their purpose, their passion is birthed, and that is what fuels them. That is what I
And
do as a coach.
as you were speaking there, there's a couple of things that jumped out, and folks listening got to be, I'm got to be thinking of what I'm thinking at least. You talked about balance, and give us your definition of balance, obviously, but more importantly, what do you do to find balance, and what type of time management? I don't know if you can manage time. I guess you can manage choices, but I don't know if you can manage time. But my question really to you is, how does someone that's in the same situation, got to take care of the kids, have to take care of the home, have to take care of a significant other, a family member, and themselves? How do you balance it all? And then what do you recommend to other folks you work with to be able to manage all of those priorities? And congratulations, second time around. I'm the third time around. Third time is a charm. You will never experience that in your life. You will not experience that, okay? But I just
No
want to let you
first
know
time
it's a
for
charm.
me.
But the question is time management, balance. How do you do it? And what's one idea that you can share that someone listening can lean in now and say, oh, let me try use her strategy?
So a family structure is something like a business structure, right? Businesses have mission statements. And what flows from those mission statements are roles, responsibilities, scheduling. Well, a family could use a family mission statement. Why are we here? What is our purpose? And when things start going left and they're not really in line with the family's mission, we bring everybody to the table and we say, hey, is this working towards our mission? So, in the mission statement should be somewhere in the home where everyone can see. It's a reminder. So, what flows from the family mission statement? Roles, responsibilities, scheduling. My children's schedule is on the refrigerator every day. They know what is for snack, after school snack. They know what time dinner is. They know what time they have to get in the shower. And that way, they don't have to come to me. Mom, what's for dinner? I'm hungry. Can I have a snack? Can I have this? And it's on the refrigerator because my kids love to eat and they're in and out of there several times a day, as we all know who have children. And so, what does that do for me? It lessens my load. So that way I'm able to, cook dinner if I need to, or I'm able to relax after work, take a hot shower if I want to. Roles, responsibilities. My daughter, she has to walk the dog. That is her routine. That is, she knows what is expected of her. Everybody knows that that is her job. I'm the chef. I love to cook. I'm the chef of the family. And after I cook, my husband, he comes and he cleans the kitchen after me. It is teamwork. And when you have roles, responsibilities, schedules, guess what? Your home environment is predictable. And when it's predictable, stress levels are what? Reduced. So, family mission statement is a good idea. And if you don't have one, roles, responsibilities, scheduling, partnering with your village. My sister-in-law and I, we used to swap children one day a month. And it made the weeks for me leading up to that day bearable. So I was able to deal with, mommy, the dog pooped in the living room, or, mom, I broke the glass. It made those weeks leading up to that doable because I knew I had that one day, all day for me to do what I needed to do to get back to me, whether it was journal, pray, enjoy the peace of my home, and just sit and be. I knew I had that day to look forward to. So, those are some tips I can give some of the mompreneurs out there.
The folks are listening right now, like, whoa. I like talking to Nikki, Chase. She got it all together. See if she'll peel the onion. Maybe she'll pull back the big black curtain, and maybe she'll share a time and transparent moment, obviously, at the time where there was a challenge, where things didn't go the way they should. Now, if your life's perfect and has never happened, then you can say, Shay, I want to skip past that, by the way. But there's someone listening saying, man, she just got it all together. I'm the only one out here that's had some failures, some things that didn't go right, and it feels like, oh my gosh, will I ever get there? So here's the question. Will you share a time where there was a challenge, there was a setback, and you had to bounce back from it? And what did you do? What did you learn from that setback that you can share with us?
So, the one setback, the biggest of my life, was my divorce. I suddenly became a single mother. I became a single mother in crisis. I didn't know how I was going to survive with three children. I was used to, at that time, two incomes, and now it's drastically reduced to one income. And I have children who are in extracurricular activities. And then when you are divorcing, you deal with guilt, you deal with some mom guilt, and oh, was this the best decision? Maybe I should have stayed. So a lot of anxiety and depression crept in for me. I sought help. I was in therapy. And mind you, as a mompreneur, I still had to show up as that assistant deputy, as that licensed clinical social worker, as a mother for my children. I still had to show up. And so, how I got through that, number one was prayer. Number two was therapy. Number three, I vowed to not close my heart to love. I did not, I said, I am not going to become bitter to love. I am going to open my heart to love despite what my circumstances look like right now. Despite the struggle, despite the pain, despite the depression, I am still going to be open to love. And so, because that thought stuck in my head and I would not let it go, I then attracted eventually love. I attracted love, and I married my middle school sweetheart, and we've been together now. It'll be 5 years next month. And the one thing that I can say is, and say to the mompreneurs out there, no matter the struggle, no matter what your circumstances look like, remember this: we become what we think. Everything we do begins with a thought, and you will eventually manifest those thoughts. So even if your situation looks grim, turn that in your mind into a positive, spin that narrative to where that situation is going to benefit you, because you will become what you think.
We become what we think about. We become what we think about. Did she say it? She said it right. We become what we think about. And that is so true. Folks want to know, how can they connect with you? How's the best way that they can connect with you? So tell them, how can they connect with you? Number one. And number two, what type of clients, if you're taking on any, do you work with now? I mean, you got a busy schedule. You talked about you're on your second time around. You got some bonus children going on there. That's pretty cool. And you're running a business, and you're running one of the largest agencies in the state of Maryland doing what you're doing. They're like, Shay, does she work with anyone, or does she prefer people on the folks? I'm going to let her answer that question. So 2 questions. Number one, tell them first, who do you work with? What type of clients you're looking for? And then number 2, share how they can best connect with you. And as you're listening right now, this might be the answer to your prayers. Or if it's not for you, you might say, hey, I need to pass this on to someone that you know. Over to you, Nikki.
So the clients that I'm taking on right now, and I am open, I'm taking new clients. You have to be 21 years of age and older, and you don't have to be an entrepreneur. It's a mompreneur. Mompreneurs, you can be an entrepreneur or you could be a professional. And a professional does not mean that you have to have a degree and you have to make six figures. Listen, a professional is anything that you're doing, any occupation you're doing, and you are being paid for that occupation. You are, my friend, a professional. So I'm taking on anyone 21 years of age and older who is an entrepreneur or a professional, or you can be both, like myself. What was the second question, Shay?
How can
I'm
they best
sorry.
connect with you? They're like, hey, okay, I hear all the stuff you're doing, but where do I connect with her, Shay? Now, I know you Googled her. I know you're on social media, but you're looking up Nikki. Her name is Nikia. Oh, you're looking up Nikia Pratt because I know you know how to do that as well. So tell them, how can they best connect with you?
Yes, so you can reach me at my website. If you would like to be a part of my coaching program, you can fill out the form on my website. You can purchase a book on my website. And if you'd like for me to speak at an event of yours coming up, you can also fill out a form there and we can connect. My website is www.nikkiknows.com, and that's Nikki, Niki. You can also reach me and connect with me on Facebook at To Know Thyself and Instagram at To Know Thyself LLC. And I look
Mm.
forward to hearing from all the mompreneurs.
I can't wait. You know, we have a mantra here. It's one of our mantras at the Happy Entrepreneur Show, and the mantra is today is my January 1st. Now, those folks that know about today is my January 1st, your family, welcome back. Glad to have you here. I'm so excited. Thank you for tuning in. And for all new folks who are watching for the very, very first time, today is my January 1st. It represents this mantra, this belief that we get a do over today. We get a fresh start today. That our past back there, it does not equal our future. And so my question to Nikki as she's sitting there, when she hears those words, today is my January 1st, what goes to her mind? What do you hear?
So, my January 1st was the day I decided to take on this entrepreneurship, this mompreneur thing. That was my January 1st. I could no longer ignore the passion. I could no longer ignore the pulling on my spirit. And that was to help other mompreneurs. And when I decided to take that on full time, I have been the happiest and the most content I have ever been. My life is not perfect, but when I say I have a peace about me because I am now living in my purpose, on purpose. I'm surrounding myself with people who are like minded, people who inspire me, people I look up to. I am now living in my purpose, and baby, my passion is fueling it all. So that is my January 1st when I decided to take on this entrepreneur journey and help all other mompreneurs like myself.
I love it. Today is your January 1st. Doesn't that feel good? You don't have to wait till December 31st at 11:59 p.m. It happens now. It's now o'clock time.
Yeah.
Go after it. All the mompreneurs out there. You're amazing. You're incredible. With that being said, I want to first say thanks so much. Thank you for being here on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. I know that with all you have going on, that you can always make more money, but you can't make more time. And you've given us the most precious resource you have, which is time away from your family, time away from your husband, time away from your business. I don't know about time away from the office. You might be glad to get away from there, but time away from doing something else than what you could be doing. So thank you so much for being on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. God bless. We wish you success. And for you that's watching, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Please, please pay this message forward. Without you, well, there is no us. My name, for those folks that are curious, once again, my name is Shay Brown. That's me, the happy entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. We make some good things happen. We connect again next time. Remember this: time is long. Life, on the other hand, is very, very short. So you got to live in that moment and you got to make it count. God bless. We out. Thank you so much, Nikki. You're amazing. Thank you. We'll see you soon. We are out of here.